So we all know what happened with the global CrowdStrike outage. We've had a lot of users ask us questions about this and generally worried about our own technology. Could we fall foul for this? So we just wanted to put a quick video out, set the record straight, what happened with CrowdStrike and why will that not happen to RoboShadow. So I probably don't need to tell you the details because you was probably affected by the global CrowdStrike that's happened recently. They have put out their, and I think been quite good at putting out their post-mortem, and you can grab that online. The reason that I think they've done a good job is because I've worked in software for 25 years, and the mistakes that it looks like they've made are fairly rudimentary mistakes, and the fact that they was being honest with everybody about what mistakes were made and how they're solving those. There's no real rocket science in there. It is just general deployment type testing that they needed to do a better job of, but all credit to them for their honesty. Actually, that gives me a little bit more faith in CrowdStrike, or recommending CrowdStrike products moving forward. The other thing that they're now changing, so annoyingly for CrowdStrike, or for the people users of CrowdStrike, you can't choose when you get updates. So CrowdStrike are now they've been bitten by this, they are allowing organizations to choose when they get updated. So hospitals and airlines and things like that can choose when they want to roll these updates out, which I think is a very good move on their behalf. And the mistake, can this happen again? Yes, it can happen again. And just to let everybody know, the type of issue, the type of software, when you're dealing with technology that use filter drivers, like antivirus technology, needs to have every single input and output going through that machine to go through it first. So they work lower down what we call the OSI model. So not to get into the detail, the technical detail, they work lower down the OSI model. So they are more prone to things that can blue screen your machine effectively. So if they are effectively taking over the pipe for the inputs and outputs of everything that goes through your machines or your servers and stuff like that, if that process fails, then it sort of chokes the rest of the machine or the server or whatever. That's where the blue screen of death came in. So how or should this affect RoboShadow or any other? I'll do this for our competition as well. So tools like RoboShadow, we're not an antivirus. We have the Windows Defender capability within, and we report that. We also report on, I think, 65 different types of antivirus if they're installed or updated within RoboShadow, but we're not actually an antivirus. So we're not using sort of advanced filter drivers effectively that are going to need that everything runs through RoboShadow. RoboShadow, yes, we do use some AI, but we're very much proud of the fact it's quite simple technology. We are using glorified lookups, WMI calls, registry calls and stuff like that, similar on the Mac version as well. And so if our software crashes, then it's not going to crash that machine. So it's very nerve-wracking for us when we deploy software. I spent 25 years in investment banks, so I know I've sort of learned to deal with sort of never fail type technologies, but it is even stressful for us. I can't imagine what the CrowdStrike team go through every time they do a release. So I think they just got a little bit cocky and wasn't as diligent as they should have been, and they just let that update run globally, whereas what you should always do, and I think this is what they've really been caned for, is that you should really do very phased migrations effectively. I think their argument would be, but I haven't read this, we need to get our updates out quickly because we need to make sure that everyone's protected. But there's a fine line between sort of doing them in stages and making sure people's protecting. And I think they unfortunately just didn't err on the side of caution enough. So hopefully that will answer the CrowdStrike conversations for any of our users. And hopefully it give you a little bit of an insight in terms of how things work from a RoboShadow perspective. So thank you very much for watching.